Another wave of bloodshed has gripped Pakistan's Balochistan province as a deadly bombing targeted a police convoy in Mastung district, killing 3 and injuring many. The attack is the latest chapter in a long-running insurgency rooted in decades of anger, alienation, and state violence. As Baloch fighters escalate their campaign against what they call colonial occupation, Islamabad's harsh crackdowns have only widened the gulf. In a region rich in resources but starved of rights, the struggle in Balochistan is not just political, it's existential. Here's a full report. Violence returned to Pakistan's restive Balochistan province on April 15th, when a remote control bomb tore through a police truck in Mastung district's Dasht area. The truck, carrying personnel of the Balochistan Constabulary, was en route from Kalat to the provincial capital Quetta when the attack occurred. The explosion killed at least 3 police personnel on the spot and injured 18 others. All the injured were rushed to the Bulletin Medical College Hospital for urgent treatment.
18 जख्मी हैं और 3 शहीद हुए। ये हमारा कलास से नफरी आई हुई थी धरना ड्यूटी के लिए, जिसको हम डेली भेजते थे। खंड मसूरी लेवीज का एरिया है, वहाँ सुबह को 30 बंदे जाते थे बस सरकारी में, शाम को 5 बजे वापस आते 6 बजे। आज भी उस मामूल के मुताबिक ड्यूटी पे रवाना हुए, रास्ते में एक मोटरसाइकिल था, उसमें बम निकला, रिमोट कंट्रोल हमला हुआ।
While no group has claimed responsibility for the bombing, the Baloch Liberation Army, or BLA, remains the most active and formidable insurgent group operating in the region. For decades, Baloch separatists have waged an armed struggle against the Pakistani state, accusing it of colonizing the mineral-rich province and denying its people basic rights. Just last month, ethnic Baloch fighters launched a bold attack on a passenger train carrying 450 people, triggering a 2-day siege that resulted in dozens of deaths. In fact, more than 200 people, mostly security personnel, have been killed in militant attacks this year alone in both Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa.
The increased attacks in Balochistan are a result of several things. The first thing has been that, the Pakistani state has been weakening. It is on the verge of bankruptcy. It is bankrupt for all intents and purposes. This is number one. So, the plunder by the military has also increased because you're looking at limited resources and resource competition. And so, the rapine nature of the military, it's always been a grab and seize kind of military has increased. What has become worse, of course, is the fact that China is also exploiting all these resources. They've got a port at Gwadar and things like that. So this has added very, very significantly to the Baloch sense of alienation. And it has also added to repression out there. So obviously, when you have this much repression happening, it is going to be a lot more... the resistance to that is also going to increase. That is the main thing that has happened out there.
The roots of this conflict date back to 1948, when Pakistan forcibly annexed the sovereign state of Kalat, igniting a long and bloody insurgency that continues to this day. Balochistan, despite being the largest and most resource-rich province, remains Pakistan's poorest and most neglected region. Its gas fields fuel the rest of the country, but its own people live in darkness, denied development, dignity, and democracy. Islamabad's response has been one of iron-fisted repression. Enforced disappearances, extrajudicial killings, and brutal military operations have become routine. The Pakistani army and intelligence agencies have used kill and dump tactics to silence dissent, often targeting students, journalists, and activists.
Some cases has been responsible for the killing of young students. These are university-going students in Punjab or even in Balochistan or in Sindh. They are picked up from their hostels and tortured, sometimes released, sometimes they disappear. forever, and other times they are killed in cold blood and their bodies are thrown to make an example of them. So we've not seen the Baloch do this. They have attacked who they call agents of the Pakistani state and whom they consider to be legitimate targets. That sometimes includes the Punjabis who are settlers in Balochistan, whom the Baloch consider to be agents of the Pakistan government.
For many in Balochistan, the insurgency is no longer just about political rights. It is a fight for survival, justice, and identity. The Pakistani state's unyielding brutality has only deepened the chasm, fueling a cycle of violence that shows no sign of ending.